Today I want to do something slightly different from my recent videos, and I want to share with you one of the most important books, in my opinion, that have been published lately. It's based on a tweet storm by Naval Ravikant, which is a famous investor and entrepreneur. It's a book that I constantly go back to whenever I need reminders or I'm not sure regarding a strategy. This is the name of the book, The Almanac of Naval Ravikant. You can find it online on Amazon. You can also find all the tweets, which are basically the foundation of the book, over here, or you can find the full conversation with all the gist of the book for free on YouTube. The YouTube video has, I think, more than 8 million views. It's a piece of gold, in my opinion, and I wanted to share this a few thoughts from this book, and they are especially related to strategy and thinking about what to build these days, because I believe there is a huge challenge among builders and entrepreneurs, since AI is moving and advancing so fast, and basically every few months OpenAI and Claude Anthropic team are just releasing new models and new capabilities that basically wipe out a lot of other small players or people who built SaaSes. So I think that these days, if you're a builder, you need to carefully think about what you're building, because the barrier to building stuff is becoming lower and lower, and the competition is becoming more fierce, I would say. So I wanted to pause for a sec and not upload a video about automations or about the AI coding assistant, and share with you a few insights from this book. Then I will share with you a strategic discussion that I had with O1 Preview, and obviously I'd be happy to hear your opinion regarding where this is moving, where you are allocating your resources in terms of effort and capital. But before I dive into my conversation with O1 and the strategy and what I believe makes more sense, let me read a few parts from this book. By the way, the podcast is called How to Get Rich, but it's actually very deep. It's not cheesy as it seems. And let's just read a few of the tweets. So, how to get rich without getting lucky. These were written as a tweet storm, so it's very concise. So, seek wealth, not money or status. Wealth is having assets that earn while you sleep. Money is how we transfer time and wealth. Status is your place in the social hierarchy. Understand ethical wealth creation is possible. If you secretly despise wealth, it will elude you. Ignore people playing status game. They gain status by attacking people playing wealth creation games. You're not going to get rich renting out your time. This is very important. You must own equity, a piece of a business, to gain your financial freedom. You will get rich by giving society what it wants, but does not yet know how to get it at scale. This is very important. This is a phrase that I'm thinking about very often. You will get rich by giving society what it wants, but does not yet know how to get it at scale. Moving on to the next tweet. Pick an industry where you can play long-term games with long-term people. The internet has massively broadened the possible spaces of careers. Most people haven't figured this out yet. Play iterated games. All the returns in life, whether in wealth, relationships, or knowledge, come from compound interest. Also very important. Always think about the compound interest. Pick business partners with high intelligence, high energy, and above all, integrity. Don't partner with cynics or pessimists. Their beliefs are self-fulfilling. This is also a genius perspective. Learn to sell, learn to build. If you can do both, you will be unstoppable. Arm yourself with specific knowledge, accountability, and leverage. Specific knowledge is knowledge you cannot be trained for. If society can train you, it can train someone else and replace you. So this is also very important. If society can train you, it can train someone else and replace you. So Same goes with AI. If you're doing something that further down the line we can train AI to do, so AI will do this instead of you very fast. So you must gain specific knowledge. Specific knowledge is found by pursuing your genuine curiosity and passion rather than whatever is hot right now. Building specific knowledge will feel like play to you, but will look to like work to others. When specific knowledge is taught, it's through apprenticeships, not schools. Specific knowledge is often highly technical or creative. It cannot be outsourced or automated. Embrace accountability and take business risk under your own name. Society will reward you with responsibility, equity, and leverage. So accountability, very important. It's also related to another book which I love, which is called Skin in the Game by Nassim Taleb. Also recommend checking that out. Then a quote by Archimedes: give me a lever long enough and a place to stand and I will move the earth. So basically, now he speaks about leverage and levers, and this is a kind of the topic of this video. Later on I will elaborate. So he says, fortune requires leverages. Business leverage comes from capital, people, and products with no marginal cost of replication, which are code and media. Capital means money. To raise money, apply your specific knowledge with accountability and show resulting good judgment. Labor means people working for you. It's the oldest and most thought over form of leverage. Leverage will impress your parents, but don't waste your life chasing it. So we have capital and labor, which is basically pouring more money into the venture or hiring more people to assist you, whether it's coders, marketers, virtual assistants, or whatever. Capital and labor are both permission leverage. Everyone is chasing capital, but someone has to give it to you. Everyone is trying to lead, but someone has to follow you. On the other hand, code and media are permissionless levers. They are the leverage behind the newly rich. You can create software and media that works for you while you sleep. An army of robots is freely available. It's just packed into data centers for heat and space efficiency. You must use it. This is the focus of my strategy and also the focus of this channel. So how we can leverage media, permissionless media, which is basically using the YouTube algorithms in order to spread my message, and also how to use automation robots in order to do the work for me and for you. It says, if you can't code, write books and blogs, record videos and podcasts. Obviously, if you can't code, in my opinion, it's not an excuse anymore. You should learn to code, especially these days with the AI coding assistants that are so widely available and streamline the process. Leverage is a force multiplier for your judgment. This is very crucial, and I highly agree. So since today leverage is widely available, so we can automate a lot of stuff, we can pour money into advertising a product. Our judgment and our strategic moves is what is becoming more important. So back in the days, if you couldn't code or you couldn't automate, let's say you wanted to automate, you couldn't automate cold outreach to sell your product. So let's say I built a solution that allows you to generate images for your Facebook ads. Now, if I wanted to get more customers, I had to one by one call each customer and each prospect and propose my solution. Now, when I can automate the cold calling or I can automate the cold outreach, this process of acquiring customers is becoming faster, is accelerated. So by leveraging using code or media or capital or even labor, I can move faster. So this is why my judgment, my decision on what I'm going to build is becoming more and more important. And then he goes about and says, judgment requires experience but can be built faster by learning foundational skills. There is no skill called business. Avoid business magazines and business classes. Study microeconomics, game theory, psychology, persuasion, ethics, mathematics, and computers. Now let's skip this. Okay. Become the best at the world at what you do. Keep redefining what you do until this is true. So this is also related to the concept in marketing, becoming a category of one. Another thing to keep in mind, there are no get rich quick schemes. Those are just someone else getting rich off you. Apply specific knowledge with leverage and eventually you will get what you deserve. When you're finally wealthy, you will realize it wasn't what you were seeking at the first place, but that's it for another day. The summary is productize yourself. Okay, so as we said, we have different forms of leverage: capital, code, media, and labor. Now, capital is, for example, using money for paid ads for acquiring more customers. Coding is automating code outreach, for example, or automating QA or whatever. Media is producing valuable content and then you can repurpose it. You can use it for blogs, videos, podcasts. The more you spread your message in free platforms, it increases the likelihood of, first of all, getting more eyeballs, more impressions, more exposure, and also it increases the likelihood of going viral. You can generate webinars, online events, lead magnets, whatever, podcasting, etc. And the last form of leverage, which we already discussed, is building a sales team, hiring a marketing agency, using customer support reps, etc. Now, I asked ChatGPT O1 that this is basically what I'm thinking of these days. So since AI is advancing, the barrier to building tools and coding is becoming lower. It seems like anyone can build a SaaS. Furthermore, companies who build foundation models are exposed to what the future holds, while other players have zero ideas about what's going on. How do you suggest approaching this from a business perspective? So it said, you've touched on a critical shift in the business and technology landscape. The advancement of AI has indeed lowered the barriers to entry. While this democratization opens up opportunities, it also means increased competition. And companies developing foundational AI models have a significant advantage due to the resource and early exposure to cutting-edge developments. Here are a few ideas. So first of all, leverage AI to accelerate your business. Utilize AI-powered development tools like GitHub Copilot, Klein, or whatever. Automate as many processes as possible. And use AI analytics tools to gain insights from data, improving strategic planning and customer understanding. Another idea, another angle is focus on niche markets and specialized solutions. So large companies may overlook specialized markets. Tailor your offerings to meet the specific needs of these segments. So fine-tuning, gathering data or specific verticals and markets, customize and personalize. Build on top of existing AI platforms. So partner with AI providers, use APIs from foundational models, create value-added services, so develop complementary services, products or services that enhance the capabilities of existing AI models. So this is kind of what I mean, one of my intentions was to build Prompt Super Fast, which is a platform that allows you to save all your prompts using tags. It allows you to organize them, filter by usage, filter by date created, because my long-term thinking was prompts are not going to go away anywhere. And I want something that is will have like a long shelf life and wouldn't be eaten by all the companies. Obviously, OpenAI or Anthropic can build an option to sort your prompts and search them. But I just wanted to build something pretty simple that I thought has like a long-term utility. So next, differentiate through unique value propositions. So emphasize domain expertise. So this is why more like your expertise or your personal brand comes into play. Combine AI capabilities with deep knowledge in a particular industry or sector. Prioritize customer experience. So this goes without saying, but it's often overlooked. Many companies are just winning the competition because they offer better customer support. Innovate business models. So these are different ways to adjust your model in opposing to competitors. So for example, Klein which is an AI coding assistant, is free, but you need to pay for the API calls using whichever model you're using. On the other hand, you have Corsair, which is an AI coding assistant that costs you $20 monthly, and it includes use of all the top foundational models. There is a slight limit, but the prompts, the output becomes slower after a certain amount of usage, but still, the business model is different, and this allows you to differentiate yourself from the competition, although I don't think it's like a moat, but it is something. Invest in media and personal branding, so thought leadership, share insights through blogs, podcasts, webinars, and social media. We discussed this. Community building, I think this is a huge opportunity, and this is why I'm also thinking of building a community. I have a link in the description of the video with like a link leading to a waiting list. If I have a certain amount of people showing interest, I might build this community. Content marketing, so using storytelling and content to connect with your audience on a deeper level. Cultivate strategic partnerships, so this is very important in my opinion, because in opposing to other things that you can code, partnerships cannot be coded. And I think building strategic partnerships is going to become more and more important these days. So this is something to keep in mind if you're thinking of your long-term strategy. This is quite obvious. Let's skip that. This is also quite obvious as well. Awesome. So the key takeaways: adaptability is crucial. Leverage multiple levels and unique value over commoditization. Now, I asked it, does it make sense to build automation and SaaS, since I have a hypothesis that within 6 to 12 months, automating things will be very easy. Feel free to provide a contrarian view. So then it said, arguments for building automation and SaaS now. First of all, first mover advantage. Market positioning, enter the market early allows you to establish your brand and product before the space becomes saturated. Customer loyalty. Early adopters often develop loyalty, providing a stable customer base that can offer valuable feedback and testimonials. Learning and adaptation. Iterative development. Starting now enables you to learn from real user interactions and iterate your product accordingly. Skill enhancement. Immediate monetization, which allows to funding future projects. It also allows you to build proprietary data and collect the data, understand user behavioral insights, and starting to establish partnerships. On the other hand, reasons to reconsider building now. First of all, there is the rapid technological change, so products developed now may become outdated quickly as new AI capabilities emerge. We discussed this. Investing heavily now might not yield proportional returns if the market shifts. Also interesting perspective. Market saturation. As barriers to entry become lower, the market may become flooded with similar products. We already are seeing this. Price wars. Greater competition can lead to reduced pricing power and thinner margins. Users are expecting higher standards, and potential customers might delay purchasing decision in anticipation of better solutions. Another thing to consider is the opportunity cost. So time and resources might be better invested in preparing for upcoming technologies rather than the current one. This is something important to keep in mind. So instead of building now based on what we have now, maybe build agent swarms that at the moment cannot perform, but in 2 months' time, when GPT-5 is released, hopefully it will be released in 2 months' time, or whenever it will be released, you will already be positioned for deploying this swarm and take over the market or whichever niche that you are interested in. Now, this is the balanced approach that was proposed by O1. Focus on niche markets, build customized solutions, build with modular architecture, scalable infrastructure, leverage existing AI tools, and stay updated, emphasize unique value proposition, and prepare for future integration. Okay, this is the conclusion. Immediate needs do exist. Businesses are seeking solutions today, and there's value in meeting those needs promptly. Early market entry can position you ahead of others who choose to wait. Real-world experience will provide insight that theoretical planning can't match. However, it's essential to be strategic. Stay agile, monitor trends, and balance investments. This is the final thoughts. Action items, not crucial, but there is a lot of room to think and try to strategize the next move. On one hand, we cannot be too optimistic about the advancement of AI and what will be the derivatives. On the other hand, we shouldn't sit and wait and be pessimistic under the notion that OpenAI and Claude are going to eat and wipe out all other startups. I heard this quote by Peter Thiel that I like, that extreme optimism and extreme pessimism are the same. They just promote laziness. So we shouldn't be lazy. I think we should carefully think about our next steps. Where do we see our automations and AI levers being most successful and impactful? On the other hand, it's very hard to predict what the future holds. So it's kind of, on one hand, building valuable stuff, trying to niche down, trying to customize, trying to adapt and see what goes on. But on the other hand, we cannot not adapt, and it's pretty stupid not to use the AI advancements and automations that are being built these days. I guess I will start concluding. This video was kind of different from other videos, a bit more strategy, things that I'm thinking about on a daily basis, where to place myself, which businesses to build. I already have clients that I help, and I have e-commerce funnels, and I have pump super fast, but I'm constantly thinking about how to position myself better in order to hit my goals. Again, I highly recommend checking this book out. Very useful, very practical. I read it every few months, and it always sparks new ideas in my mind. If you have any thoughts about AI or strategy, please leave them in the comment section below. Obviously, you feel free to reach out and discuss this privately in LinkedIn if you'd like. Guess that's it. Until next time, guys, keep on automating.